Hi there, it's Barb Klein of Inspired Possibility, and welcome to my Serenity Now Retreat page. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about this retreat and why I'm offering it, how I came up with the name, what it's all about, um, so that if anybody has any questions or they're wondering if this is for them or it isn't for them, maybe this will help clear some of that up. I'm also more than happy to answer any questions, so feel free to reach out and send me an email or call me and let's talk. So Serenity Now, the name came to me for a couple of reasons. Admittedly, one of them was thinking of the Jerry Seinfeld episode where George's father keeps screaming, "Serenity Now!" And that makes me laugh. And, sometimes that's how we feel, right? Like, I just need it now. I'm not patient. I can't wait. And I don't know what else to do. So we scream into the universe for serenity. And it's the least likely thing that's going to come in those moments. So that was my humorous reason for choosing that title. The other is obviously when we think about recovery programs, lots of times they use the serenity prayer. And to me, just the word serenity has a sense of peace, but it's also deeper than that. To me, it embodies a wholeness, a well-being, this knowing that there's an inner peace that we can tap into no matter what's going on around us. And I think that's the key, is finding that inner peace even when our outer life might be in chaos. So that's a big reason for the names. The reason I'm offering this retreat is I know how hard it is to be a mom and to love a child that we can't always help. So when we have a child who's consumed with substance abuse or goes into lapses with mental illness, there are times when we feel powerless and we love so much. And we want nothing more than to be able to take care of our babies, no matter how old they are. I'm using the word child and the word babies, and I know that most likely these are young adults, maybe even adults. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter where they are on their journey. It doesn't matter if things are going well. This is part of your life story, which is why I'm opening this weekend for you, because I want us to come together. I want us to know that we're not alone, because I think it's also a very isolating journey at times, feeling like nobody else understands if they haven't walked in this path. And that's probably true to a large extent. Unless you've lived it, you don't really know what it's like. Even if you're a professional who helps people who are in it, you just don't know what we know. And I know that each one of us has walked similar but different paths. So I'm not pretending to have your answers or to hold your experience, but what I do want to offer is a really nurturing, nourishing space for you to come and give yourself time to rest, to be nourished, to be held in love, just to be really nurtured. And what I'm creating this weekend is a very spacious time for us. Some of my retreats have a little bit more going on in the activity schedule, but for this one I felt like, no, I want people to be able to sleep. I want to enjoy the beauty of the Chautauqua Institute where we will be. There's a lake nearby. There's a beautiful wraparound porch at the house that we're staying on. So I would love for us to just be able to soak in the beauty and the peace of this community while it's still at rest. The season isn't active yet. So the cool thing is we're there as they're springing to life. And so there's that energy of renewal and vitality all around us, and the beauty of the lake, the beauty of the house that we have, these porches where we can just rest and be. So, we're going to take time in community to have a little welcoming party on the porch, I hope, if the weather cooperates. We're going to start a little bit later in the morning so that there's time to sleep in. And of course, everything throughout the weekend is an invitation. My retreats are always open for people to do what feels right to them, and to, above all else, honor what their body needs, what their soul needs moment to moment. So that's a given. I'm all about self-care and really strengthening that muscle. So there's no expectations, there's no judgment, there's no, oh, I have to be here because everybody else is. And that's something that we women need to work on too, because lots of times we feel like we're missing out, or we feel like people are going to think differently of us if we don't come and attend every session. So I want to put that out right at the beginning. I also want to reassure you that on this weekend, you're free to choose to share as much or as little as you want about your story. The only thing that we will all know is that we have this thread together. We don't need to dwell on it. We don't need to go into it. We can, but we don't have to. So there will be times for talking and sharing, and you get to choose how much you feel like sharing with the group. Confidentiality is also our number one rule. So if you're coming with somebody that you know, or you know other people, you find out that you know other people there, I want to assure you that whatever happens in Chautauqua stays in Chautauqua. I mean, we're very great at honoring that and just being there for one another. So I really feel like retreat in general is very important. I think retreat for you women, us women, is super important. We need to take this time to dedicate to ourselves, to our lives, when we step away from the everyday stressors. We take the time to recharge, to rest, to let ourselves be nourished and rejuvenated and restored. We often laugh on retreat, even though we're doing serious work sometimes and we're doing deep healing sometimes. We laugh, we cry, we talk, we take alone time. There's space for all of it. That's the beauty of retreat. And most of us would never give us this many hours of dedicated time simply to ourselves, because we feel like it's selfish, because we feel the demands of the others in our world who need us so much. So I want to reassure you that self-care and retreat are not selfish, but they are a critical component of your well-being. They're a critical component of you making sure that you have anything to give anybody else who needs you. Whether it's your family, whether it's your community or your workplace, unless you fill yourself up first, honestly, you are going to get yourself into a state of what I call epic depletion, because I've been there and I've felt it, and it's like, whoa, this is bigger than what I thought. I know I've muscled through. We're super good at muscling through and being strong and going on. I have no doubt about your perseverance and your ability to push through and endure and persist. And so this weekend, I want you to be able to come and to rest and to let down, to leave the superwoman cape behind and just be. This is a time for your mind to rest. There's nobody for you to take care of this weekend other than yourself. There's no problems for you to fix or figure out. There's nothing to advocate for. There's no systems to figure out. None of that needs to come on retreat with you. So your mind can rest. And when your mind rests, your body can relax and it can let down. And in that space, your heart and your spirit can flourish. So that's what I'm inviting you into. When we love and care so deeply for those that we can't help, it's exhausting. It takes everything we have. And we're more than willing to take it on, because we will do whatever we can for the people that we love. But doing the heavy lifting for others without giving ourselves a chance to re-nourish again is just, it's unsustainable. And I know that too. So my heart called me to make this offering this year. This is the first time I'm doing a retreat like this, specifically for this group of moms who have kids who have struggled with substance abuse and mental health challenges. And I know it's right, and I trust that the right women will show up. So please pass it along to anyone that you know might benefit from it. And if you're that woman, I really encourage you to sign up. Registration closes April 30th. You can find all of the information on my website at inspiredpossibility.com. And I just really hope you'll consider it. I invite you to be with us. And I want to close with one of my poems from my book, 111 Invitations. And this one is called Serenity. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the familiar prayer says. That is what I ask for today. There is so much in my life beyond my control. Bring serenity, peace to my heart, that I may allow what is to be, that I may simply find a way to be love, to give love, to surrender to what is. Surrender, not a term of weakness, but a state of deep acceptance, release of my will, and a turning over to something mightier than myself. Allow me the grace to be a loving companion on this human journey. I pray my love makes a difference. My eyes reflect to another their deeper truth, their divine essence, when they can no longer see. God grant me the serenity to do the hard work. And it is hard work. It is hard work to care for our loved ones, and it is hard work. It is really hard work to make time for ourselves and to care for ourselves. And I know you have the courage, and I know you have the strength. And I'm just inviting you to find the strength and the courage to give yourself this gift and join us if this retreat calls to you. Thanks for being here and checking it out. And I will see you soon. Take care.